we're going to move on. We're going to move on to one of our favorite segments, and that is Card of the Week. So this week, James was so kind as to choose this week's Card of the Week for us. I'm very interested to hear about the card and the story behind this card. So James, can you take it away for us and let us know what this week's Card of the Week is?
My card of the week, sponsored by Hobbies and Happiness, is Plague Sliver. Plague Sliver is a card that seems really strange. Like, why did James pick Plague Sliver? But it's really because when my brother and I started playing Magic in the 90s, and we heard about Juzam Jin in Arabian Nights. It was at the time it was incredible. It was a black 5/5, deals 1 damage to you during your upkeep for 2 black and 2 generic. And at the time the card was super expensive, so neither of us could afford it. But I remember looking at Juzam Jin in the display case of the LGS and being like, man, looks like a sweet card. The flavor's on point. I'm a black mage, so it's like there's everything about, like, you know, it does 1 damage to you, but I can do 5 damage to the opponent. It's huge. And yeah, so that's always been a part of me in the when I first started playing Magic. Fast forward to 2008, coming back to Magic, the first set that I saw being Time Spiral, I was like, wow, there is a functional reprint of Juzam Jin now. It costs 25 cents, and it's called Plague Sliver. I mean, it's strictly worse because if you have 2 Plague Slivers in play, they each do 2 damage to you during your upkeep, because it says all slivers gain do 1 damage to you on your upkeep. But it's essentially a functional reprint of Juzam Jin. And so I quickly grabbed a playset of that off eBay for $1, and I was so happy playing Plague Sliver in my casual games until I realized very quickly that it is not the powerhouse that it used to be in the 90s. Hashtag power creep, hashtag Tarmogoyf, hashtag Magic the Gathering. But it's always stuck with me. So Plague Sliver is still my favorite card to this day because it's a reminder of the bridge between the 90s and 2000s Magic for me. And it's black. And it's just a reminder of a simpler time in Magic the Gathering when a 5/5 for 4 mana was actually really good.
You know what my favorite part about this card is? What? If you have Give All Slivers lifelink, this doesn't kill you. You hit yourself for 1 point of damage, heal for a point of damage.
That's right. It's a combo right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Infinite life.
Yeah. well, it's funny though. When I looked at this card, I'm like, why did he choose Plague Sliver? So then I'm thinking, I'm like, all right, maybe because, you know, slivers are just...
I mean, honestly, you're just thinking like James wants to be a huge sliver guy, which is kind of a boring explanation, honestly, right?
Well, no, what I thought was, I wonder if he played in a play group where everybody loved to play slivers, so they had a ton of slivers. Then he dropped this card, and then they killed themselves with it. That's
the most likely explanation. That would have been right if someone else said Plague Sliver for sure. Yeah, I mean, I did love, sweep effects. I love Damnation and like all those kinds of things in my play group. Like we used to play multiplayer, so yeah, that was definitely a consideration.
Yeah. Yeah, well, so that is this week's Card of the Week. First sliver on Card of the Week, which I'm kind of glad it's this sliver and not...
Bet you didn't think that was going to be the first sliver on Hobbies and Happiness.
Honestly,
I'm sure people would be like, yeah, it should be like the Queen Sliver or the whatever, like the actual good slivers are.
Honestly, I was going to say that we didn't get any. That's what I was hoping.
We didn't get any.
But you guys must have been really disappointed when I said, like, I'm going to talk about Plague Sliver. You guys are just like, we got to get James off the show right now.
I was more of like, okay, I'm sure that there's some combos that you can do to be like, oh, turn all your opponent's stuff also into slivers, or like give them your board and just like kill someone.
Yeah,
outright.
But I don't know if I said this on the show or if I said this offline, but again, my favorite thing about Card of the Week is not the card itself, right? But it's really about that connection that our guests or even we have to a card. So it's hearing that story, hearing that connection that each person has to the card. That's why I love doing this. So So the fact that you've got that connection, like even what you said, like it bridged that gap for you, it is awesome, and I love hearing that from our guests. So thank you for that, James.